All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the hopeful elect, pushing out this word in truth and in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Brother Quad from the DC camp, come back at you with another lesson, and I'm entitled this one from Among Thy Brethren. All right, and it was inspired by a video that I seen earlier today. The brother sent through the chat, and now it's making its rounds in social media. Um, this was an interview with the Vice President Joe Biden, former Vice President Joe Biden, and Charlemagne, the so-called God from the Breakfast Club. All right. Now, what is one of these guys doing on the Breakfast Club? Obviously, they're running their it's their campaign, man. They looking to get up the so-called black vote. All right. Now, it says the title of it says Biden, you ain't black if you still deciding between me or Trump. Now, watch this video. Let me turn off the thing so it doesn't echo. It's a short video. All right. I'll do this real quick.
Well, I saw today that a news report broke that Amy Klobuchar was being vetted, and a lot of people on social media, they're not too happy about that. And it's because they want your running mate to be a black woman. I don't know if you saw the op-ed in the Washington Post by some of the leading black women voices in this country, and they feel since black women are such a loyal voting bloc, and black people saved your political life in the primaries this year, they have things they want from you, and one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple black women being considered. Multiple.
Well,
Thanks so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I can't do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years.
So you heard him. He said if you have any questions between him and Trump, then you ain't black. Now he so-called Charlemagne said that the black community has more questions, man. He said ain't nothing to question, man. If you got something to question between him and Trump, then you're not black. Now, so what did these people have to say? And then this guy, he's talking about his track record, right? Well, he was a part of that council that got a lot of Jakes locked up, man. I believe this was back in 1993. I gotta look it up again, man. So hey, now, man, let me just get into the lesson, man. This is Deuteronomy 17 verse 15. It says, "Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother." And that's what these, when you go out and vote every year or every 4 years, 4 or 8 years, it's 4 years, but then they doing it again, and when you do that, then you choosing to set one over you, man. I was having a conversation with somebody and they said that, well, if you don't vote, then you're a part of the problem and you can't complain about which leader you got. But what if, and they love to say, you vote for the lesser of two evils. No, I'm not gonna vote for either, because they both evil. They're both racist, man. Meaning that they're against Jake, man. And all they doing what scripture say, verse 16, but he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he shall multiply horses. For as much as Yahweh have said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way. And all they doing is keeping you in the ways of Egypt, man, which is this bondage. Whether it's Republican or a Democrat, man. You know, they both for the same people, man. You know, but you supposed to not have, and this is why we don't vote, man. We catch a lot of flack for not voting, but you gonna have your own people. You know, you gonna have your people. Matter of fact, that's or you have P Diddy and them vote or die. You know, this is Isaiah 9 and verse 16. So it says, for their leaders, for the leaders of this people, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Right. So, and right now, since folly is set in great dignity, you got your leaders are your top entertainers, your athletes, and guess what? All of them gonna vote for Biden and tell you that if you don't vote, then you're a part of the problem, and you allowing Trump to be the king, man. Well, at least Trump is telling you, which I'm not for Trump. He's the devil, but so is Joe Biden, man. And so I'm not voting for anyone. What I advocate is to vote for, or not vote, you know, but turn into your power, man. Who is really your God? Who is for you? You know, and that's what our people don't want to do, man. You know, but there's only one king, man, because this is ultimately what the president. He's acting as a sitting king for this corporation. This is this country. This is what is it? John 14 and verse 6. It says, Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. You know, and we want to be, as it was talking about in Deuteronomy, when you're setting into your own land, there's only one way you're going to do that, man. And to get into that way. And that is to go through Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai. And under no other name under heaven shall you be saved. Because that's ultimately what you're looking for. But you're looking for what the scriptures say. Let me get that. Let me look it up. All right. This is Lamentations 4 verse 17. It says, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Yeah, so whether you vote for Trump, whether you vote for Biden, then none of that is going to save you, man. Then you have Republicans, you have Democrats ever since we've been in this place, man. And guess what? None of it worked to your benefit. You still slaves, man. Scriptures say that. Matter of fact, let me get that. You know? So what you doing is vain. You wanna say what we doing, we part of the problem. No, y'all part of the problem, man. You don't turn back into your power. Alright? Let me get that. This is Baruch 3 and verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. You know, and that's why, because we departed from the Lord our power, which the scripture says it's a very evil thing to depart from the Lord our power, man. So what we advocate is for you to come back into the Lord, man. But you're gonna have our people telling you to vote for Biden, man. Which you had Charlemagne the God, he was talking about he was gonna take the chip, man. You know? Whatever you're doing that, you advocating for this place to continue, man. You know? And right now, we talked about coming back to Yahweh Shai, man. Now, coming back through Yahweh Shai. Now, in this stead, we don't have, Yahweh Shai's not here right now, except through the Spirit, but you have his prophets that's telling you. All right? This is John, the 20th chapter, right? This is John 20 and verse 21. It says, let me see. Yeah, it says, then said Yahweh Shai to them again, peace be unto you, as my Father hath sent me, even so I send you. Because Yahweh, first of all, Yahweh Shai is the man that Yahweh Shai, that's the king that we're gonna set over us, man. That's the king that is was meant to rule over us. You know? But now, matter of fact, let me get something to support that. This is Matthew 28 and verse 18. It says, and Yahweh Shai came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. You see that? All power is given unto him. This is the one Yahweh said, this is my son, whom I am well pleased, hear ye him. This is the one whom is going to rule over us, man. That's what we should be looking for. Not any of these presidents these candidates that they put in front of you, man. You know, whom has proven not to help you over these years, even when they speak peaceably. All right. What are I gonna get? Oh, because right now in his stead is his men, whom he sent, the apostles. All right. Now, what's that scripture? Okay, it's Isaiah. It's Isaiah 30 and verse 20. It says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. So your eyes should see your teachers, man. If you sign and crying for all the abominations that's done in this place, whether it's under the reign of a Democrat or a fucking Republican, all right? If you search, then you're going to see your teachers, man. If you searching for righteousness, then you will see your teachers, man. As opposed to this guy who's pretty much saying he don't have to do nothing to earn your vote. That's how they feel about you, man. And once they get your vote every 4 years, they know how to appeal to you. They play on the racism card, all right, and you give them your vote. And it's been like that for a long time. But guess what? Your status hasn't changed in America. You did all that to get Obama in office, and guess what? He didn't do nothing for you. What did he do? He helped the homosexuals out. but the black people as a whole is on the bottom still. And this is what you get for calling yourself black. Now, and what are they saying? They talking about the people want a black woman in power. So how do you so-called black men feel, man? You know? This is why you're supposed to turn back into your power, man. You know? Get a couple more and I'm going to close. I ain't want this to be long. Alright, this is, let me get Psalms real quick. Because these devils really think that this is going to go on forever. This is Psalms 2 verse 1. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from among us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Yeah, because they think that they're not going that they're gonna keep ruling, man. You know? And that we not gonna be the ones ruling over them. Like they keep on every time. They not really, and Obama's not a so-called Negro, all right? And they never had one of your people ruling in America, man. It was never meant for that. Verse 5 says, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. Yahweh have said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. And it says, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them into pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. And that's talking about us. So we're going to be the ones that's judging the earth, man. Not these devils, you know. But our people don't see that in us, you know. And that's okay, man. That's okay. Because it's not going to change the fact that this is going to happen, man. You know. See, it's pretty much the point, you know. I had a few scriptures though. I wanted to see this one real quick. And this is let me see. This Jeremiah 2 verse 20 says, "For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou saidest I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest playing the harlot." Now, when it's saying that, it's pretty much saying that throughout history, and I'm talking about before slavery, man, because you people don't know your history before slavery, all right? But before that, when we was in captivities, the Lord delivered us out of them. You know, you said you wouldn't transgress, but guess what you did? You went to every, those high hills and those green trees that represents different governments, different nations, man. And you went to all of them playing as the harlot. You put your trust in them. All right? It says, "Yet I had planted thee a noble vine." Yeah. "Holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?" Yeah, because the Lord gave us his law, statutes, and commandments. We was going to be above all the people of the earth, and we broke that, man. Now we became a strange vine unto him. We looking like the rest of these heathens. If not worse, it says, "For though thou wash thee with nitre and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith the Lord thy power, saith the Lord Yahweh." Now, yeah, you people, a lot of us, you so-called blacks, you think that you in a good case because you've been brainwashed or you've been given filth, which is Christianity, right? And you think that just because you get baptized in some water that you good and you gonna make it into heaven, man. Now you're supposed to be washed by the word, man. The baptism of the Lord. It says, "How canst thou say I am not polluted? I have not gone after Balaam. See the way in the valley, know what thou hast done. Thou art a swift dromedary traversing her ways," man. Let me look up that word. Because that's what you people are, man. Following after this way. That's gotten you nothing but wickedness, man. Dromedary. Baccarat. It says a young female camel, young camel. Traversing her ways, man. You're doing what you want. A wild ass used to the wilderness that snuffed up the wind at her pleasure and her occasion. Who can turn her away? All they that seek her will not weary themselves. In her mouth they shall find. In her mouth they shall find her. Withhold thy foot from being unshod and thy throat from thirst. But thou saidest, there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers, and after them I will go. And that's what you're doing, man. That's the way that you choosing. You choosing to be in this lower state, man. And the Lord gonna give you up to that, man. All right. But ultimately, the king, who's the one of our brethren, is going to be Yahushua. And every tongue is going to confess that. Every knee going to bow to that. This is Psalms 89 in verse, let me start from 27. It says, "Also I will make him my firstborn," which is Yahushua, "higher than the kings of the earth. My mercy will I keep for him forevermore, and my covenant shall stand fast with him." Let me jump down to this is verse 35. It says, "Once have I sworn by my holiness that I will not lie unto David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. It shall be established forever as the moon, and as a faithful witness in heaven." Salah. And so what the Lord said was, that's what's going to come to pass, man. That seed was talking about David, man. All right. And the promise is going to rest along him. That's the only time we're going to get a kingdom. That's the only time we're going to be delivered. So no matter what happens, if we get to that point, hey, Joe Biden, the one who said that you're going to have to rule, if I'm not mistaken, that you're going to have to rule on that tracking system, man. The RFID chip. And Trump, they both want the same things, man. And that's for you to be in captivity. And as the scriptures say, woe unto you that go down into Egypt for help, but didn't trust in the Lord's Spirit, man. You taking the covering into them. So you're going to be destroyed. Like I said, man, Let's listen to this one more time, man, from this guy.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with you.
And of course, that guy is talking about it don't have nothing to do with him. Yes, it do. You know, but if you voting, that means you choosing this person to represent you and to protect you, man. But that's far from what they have chosen to do this far, especially not this guy, man. You know, and it's not hard to see. But a lot of you people, just like sheep, led to the slaughter, you're gonna go vote for these dudes, man. You know, either one. You know, but hey, Lord willing, that was edifying. That was just a quick lesson. Until the next one, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem.